Okay, so there's a really interesting thing here where this is something Liquid used to do a long time ago, actually, where they would pick this Spectre Doom as their opening two, and you pop Horn, and the Doom buys a blink, and he can basically just jump into the fight and doom whoever he wants right at the start.
Yeah,
you see everything. Like you say, you see everything. It gives you all the vision in the world. I am really worried now that their lanes look a little bit weak, though. Like, wherever this Ursa goes, he's going to have an amazing time. And I'm also interested to see whether this Shaman gets played as a position 4 or the position 5. Because we know GH likes to play Keeper of the Light, but KuroKy has played it before. So who do they want to give the farm priority to this game? I feel like it's a really good Shaman game. So I'd like to see it as the 4, but it could go either way still. GH Kotal is in the history books for a reason.
Kotal. Yeah, that is always a tasty pickup for him, so we shall see. I also think KuroKy really likes the Shaman, but...
He does. In most
games, I'd say that the Shaman. I want to see the Shaman on the 4, but I think just because it's Liquid, I want to see the Kotal on the 4.
I mean, we've cast games before together where GH has done some crazy things around the Roche Pit with a Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was just when the new Kotal had kind of come into the competitive scene. Everyone was like, "Oh, not too sure on it," and then all of a sudden, GH shows up on it, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, this hero's good." So now it's Team Liquid's turn with the Alchemist. Miracle Alchemist is going to be the call from KuroKy.
This is really interesting from Liquid as well, because they've gone for these really greedy drafts in the first 2 games, and all of a sudden, in this game 3, they're really upping the tempo. Like, they've got this Radiance Alch timing to work with, Shaman Wards, this Ursa's going to be coming online really early as well. Their lineup looks pretty well-rounded so far. They have good catch, they've got good objective taking, they have, decently strong lanes as well, so...
Yeah, maybe a little bit weak on the team fight, Team Liquid. Alliance, definitely not.
Is it, though? Because they've got this Will-O-Wisp as well.
Yeah, that's it, though.
It's not awful. I think it looks bad in comparison to Liquid's just because Liquid have picked... Sorry, Alliance, because Alliance have picked every single long cooldown in the game.
Yeah, more or less. Also, interesting that the Enigma's gone through this entire draft, by the way. So Team Liquid just very firmly not going for that hero anymore.
I would expect them to pick it up again in the future. I just think they realise that they need to make sure they don't get left behind in the dust.
Never playing Enigma again.
Never again. It didn't work 2 games in a row.
It didn't work against Alliance. Well, no, it worked first.
Oh, yeah, they won game 1, didn't they? Yeah, sorry, my fault.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
I'm interested to see what Alliance want from this last pick now. Because do they want to play the Pango mid, or do they want to play it as this 4? They're going to need a Vessel builder up against this Alch. So who's going to build it? Like, we've seen Spectre builds earn in the past. Probably don't really want to do it, though. So is the Pango be the 4 and build the Vessel? Or will Doom build the Vessel?
Yeah, Doom's pretty good with the Vessel, though. He gives him kill potential as well. What are we expecting for the picks now? So Team Liquid, looks like they need their carry position, assuming the Ursa's going off lane. What do we want to see?
10 seconds.
It's still very...
I banned out the Panda, so they're assuming it's Ursa carry.
I want to see a Tide Hunter.
5 seconds remaining.
I want to see another, like, an offlaner that they can play around that is really strong and they can just hit this timing with. Like, good team fight. Is Darks still in the pool? Like, I think they could still pick Darks here as well. Wouldn't be awful. Yeah, okay. Underlord's another good example. Like, there's so much damage mitigation on this side now where, like, if you build this Crimson Pipe on Liquid, on the Underlord, like, who's doing damage on Alliance?
They just want auras, basically, for this Underlord, so that does make sense to me. One of the best aura carriers. So Alliance, what are they going to take up? They look like they need either an offlaner or a mid laner. No, they can't have an offlaner.
I think the Doom will be the offlane. Spectre's going to be the one, so I would imagine...
Mid.
Do you want to put Pango against Alch in mid? You're basically just giving the Alch a free lane if you do that.
You think?
I think they've kind of cornered in their draft now. Now they've picked this Warlock Spectre that we talked about before. They need something that deals with the Alch, and they need something that can fight early on, like that can deal with this 5-man.
She just got a huge agi buff as well.
It's okay, but it's such a meh hero. Like,
yeah, I can.
It's like when people pick Mirana mid now, and everyone just goes, "Really? Like, it's your last pick." This is a tough one. I don't think there's a perfect hero for this scenario here. They could just try and crush the Alch in lane, but he can always just go back to the jungle anyway. Like, it's not easy. Yeah, okay, they're gonna go for the Alch crushing in lane scenario.
Okay, yeah, they certainly are. And Timbersaw against an Underlord, Alchemist, Ursa, Tricor. Sounds pretty nice to me. That's a lot of melee heroes.
It's G8 Shaman, by the way. They're giving the Keeper of the Light to KuroKy.
Okay. So, GH playing the 4th position Shaman rather than the his legendary Kotal. That's just Liquid adjusting to the meta though, not listening to the fans, not saying like, oh, we want GH Kotal. No, they're gonna do it the proper way. Alliance, they're gonna have Madara on the Spectre and Boxy on the Pangolier, and that means Tiger Doom, so 4th position Doom.
I'm interested to see how this mid lane goes, because obviously Miracle, we've seen him destroy Qualifier, especially in the first game with that Morphling up against the Ember. Game 2 was a lot more even.
Yeah,
Qualifier played really well, but so this is the decider between the two of them, not just for the series, but for the battle of the mid laners. Obviously, Qualifier should crush Miracle in the mid lane, but if you can play around the Acid Spray, go back into the jungle, find your farm, then you could, find your farm on Miracle. Tiger's actually playing the Doom, by the way. Boxy's playing the Pango.
Yeah, that's what I highlighted.
Oh, sorry, I was too zoned out.
That's all right.
Thinking about the mid lane.
Right, you don't need to listen to me. It's not like I'm your co-caster or anything.
No, it's fine. I still favour Liquid, I think, in this lineup, even from this last pick, Timbersaw, but I think if Boxy can make plays on this Pango this game, if they get deep observers to spot this out farming in the jungle, like Timbersaw could crush him in lane, and then if they put these deep wards down quick enough and then punish him trying to farm in the jungle, they could, completely destroy Miracle's game, or at least, really slow him down. So I think Alliance, if we see them play like this really high tempo like we saw from them last game, they might be able to get a lot done.
So, I mean, there's two ways I see this thing going, as it stands. First point to make is there is very little lockdown for this Ursa when you look at the side of Alliance here. They've got...
Just doom it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Alchemist?
Just doom him, lol. Alk, you've got a Timber, it's fine. Alk,
Okay.
just,
I think they don't have enough control on the side of Alliance to hold still the Ursa, and then, either way, you're going to give one of these heroes a pretty free fight, and I don't think they're going to get crushed in the lane to the extent where they're not going to be useful in the fights, so I'm very worried.
Insania's going to go 1-1-4, max upheaval, right? And then what do?
True.
Can't run anybody down then. Oh, Liquid they are hugging each other at the moment.
They're scared, huddling for warmth in this very scary outback of their jungle. And he's picked up by himself.
Oh, are they putting the Pango mid? He's just giving him the shared tangos.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, it looks like they've just swapped this up. So, Miracle, though, fighting into Tiger here. The Doom having to run himself away. GH is chasing. He's actually leveled up Aether Shock, so they won't have anything to keep him still with, but they do have the extra damage, and that's going to come a cooldown in 5 seconds. Tiger, I don't think he's getting out of this one. Boxy realizing he has to throw in the blocks, but Kuroki's going to find it with the Illuminate. Boxy in some trouble as well now as the Aether Shock's coming in, and do we have another Illuminate in 2 seconds? Boxy. But,
can I just say how cool this is, by the way? The fact that they went to scout to see who was laning where. Obviously, Liquid really want to put the Ursa against the Timbersaw. But they scouted Miracle being out in the top lane, so Kuiper actually just bought his items on the courier, just as the game was about to start.
They're going to get Kuiper as well here. They're just a duo support of death.
Duo support of death. That's going to... Oh, that sounds scary.
It does, doesn't it? And it is scary. They've already lost 2 heroes for this. Kuiper comes into the mid lane. They see the Ursa coming in. They know that they can't lane this Timbersaw versus the Ursa, so he backs himself away. And inside he's like, this is my lane now. Warlock mid, baby, let's go. And then Boxer like, get out of here, Insania.
Sounds like something from a pub of mine, Warlock mid. I mean, Pango doesn't even do that well against Ursa. He's not great. He does much better than Timbersaw.
Yeah. Sometimes those clutch disarms can help out a lot. As Boxy spamming out that taunt as any good Pango player does.
Where's the Shaman?
He's up
they are just tri-laning up against this Timbersaw. They understand that he's the big, the big wow factor for Alliance this game. So if they can shut him down, Alliance are really going to struggle here.
They're kind of trying to tri-lane themselves, but they've got a Doom. How do you tri-lane with a Doom as your 4 position?
You just go and cut the creep wave like this?
Apparently so, but they're getting cut off a little bit here. Miracle
he's
charging
level
up stun as well. He's level 2, that's why. Insania held still as the Illuminate comes through, and down goes the Warlock. A very messy start to this game from Alliance. They've lost 3 heroes up here in the top lane so far.
Yeah, this laning stage is really nice from Liquid. They've managed to get exactly what they want with the tri-lane, and then this Underlord can just farm down in the bot lane by himself. He doesn't really care about Spectre. Spectre can't really lane up against Underlord that well, just because of the Atrophy aura giving him extra damage. Especially when he gets to like this level 4 or so on the Underlord. Madara's going to really start to struggle.
Lane Boxy comes in, doesn't get the old disarm on him, but still the same. Just making sure he can secure the CS with the swashbuckle. I actually cannot look at mid for too long because it's melting my brain. Yeah, Madara versus Underlord is going to be a pretty decent lane for the Underlord. I would expect.
I really wish
Madara's starting off very well.
I really wish they put the Doom as the 3 and the Pango as the 4. I feel like it would have changed the laning dynamic so much here. Like having this Pango available in the tri lane, it feels like he would do so much more than the Doom. You know, not that much more, but I guess.
It's in the mid lane, falling pretty low, has to swashbuckle himself away, but luckily always keeping mana for that swashbuckle when it's needed.
It just feels like if Alliance don't enable this Timber, he's not going to have a game. Like, you need to make sure he has a good start here. And 1, he's not getting farm, and 2, he's also tri-laning, so he's not getting any XP.
Top lane, so Tiger, is he alright here? Nope, Liquid. They're just kind of taking control of this lane, really, as you say.
Is under attack.
Down here at bottom as well. I mean, I'm kind of impressed that Madara's done so well against the Underlord bottom. I mean, Mind Control is starting to kick ahead now with the 2 points into Atrophy Aura. It does give him a lot of damage to contest the CS with, but Madara off to a great start, to be fair. Tiger coming very far forwards here, also here in the top lane.
I mean, I know Liquid have an Alchemist, but they're 2k net worth ahead already. Like, this is... They're doing so well.
They are. They are. I think in about a minute, those 5-minute runes
Miracle.
are really going to be quite important. Yeah, Miracle's getting kind of low here as Quakefer and Tiger play ring around the tower, but stun being charged up. Miracle dropping low on about 60 HP right now as the Illuminate come through, and now the Shackle's going to hold Timbersaw still, so Quakefer can't chase this kill any longer and have to get himself away. Doing a fair amount of damage with these Welling Deaths. Only level 1 though. Choosing to go for the
Good
2 points in rapid armor.
He's going to get these cooldowns back up again really quickly.
Yeah, and then comes the Shackles and Doom held still. Miracle comes in and they find this kill. And Miracle drops very low to the Whirling Death, but that is absolutely fine. Tiger will drop. Insania doing his best to heal up his teammates, but unfortunately the damage has already been done up here on the top lane as once again Liquid turn around and find themselves a kill. Anyone up bottom. These two just brawl into each other time and time again. Madara and Mind Control get into work.
Yeah, Mind Control needs to shove this lane in now really quickly before the 5-minute bounty respawn. Like, you see he's got this bottle queued up as well. He needs to make sure the Spectre can't really contest him for these runes. It's really important that you're out. Like we saw last game, Alliance got the first 4 5-minute bounty runes, and it helped their game so much. Madara's actually going to go for them here. He realizes how important they are.
Yeah, this is very sloppy from Alliance. They've actually let both of these top runes go. And Madara unable to get 1 at bottom, but will be able to get a 3rd. But still, I do not feel like these top runes both should have gone to Liquid with this Alchemist on their team.
It's very difficult for them to contest, though, with this Doom as one of their supports.
This is the big problem of this game. Boxy actually going down in the middle lane as Matumman chased him down under the tower, but back towards top, and we've got them chased onto Tiger here, though. Miracle's the one dropping low here. Cog's trying to chase him, but he's pretty much out of mana, and now the Shackles are down. GH, though, also dropping low. Tiger fighting it up with GH. Tiger is going to die, but as is GH. So finally a trade for Alliance here. Actually, their first kill of the game right now. And, well, Quake's still looking to get started as Boxy coming in. They're looking for the kill onto Alchemist. Do they have enough damage? No, the Blinding Light is going to save the Alchemist and get him out safely. Alliance unable to get a kill with that rotation of Boxy even, so this is getting costlier and costlier by the second as this game is quickly getting out of hand, honestly. 6k gold advantage for, last game Alliance had the Alchemist. They're about 1k gold up at 10 minutes, and it felt like they were so far ahead. This game is looking even worse.
Yeah, really nice TP by Tiger to the mid lane as well there. Ursa was trying to shove the wave in with the catapult, so Tiger just TP's in, eats it up. No push for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's going for this drums build on Ursa as well. He's looking good. They don't really, like you said, they don't have a huge amount of lockdown. I joked about the upheaval, by the way, but Insania did put a point in it at level 2. So
yeah, I'm interested to see what he goes for at level 3. Surely you go for the Shadow Word, though. I mean, they also need to get the Fatal Bonds up at some point as well.
I think you go 0-1-2. Yeah, he's gone for it. I was joking, but he's very good. Like, it's super good this game. Tiger top lane.
Oh dear, getting run down once again, but with that Scorched Earth, he is going to get himself out okay.
And it's looking better for Alliance now than it did in the first few minutes, though, because this Timber's starting to get some levels now. He's halfway to level 6. They've kind of stopped this tri-lane now. So if they can make sure this Timber has a better time than he was at the start, then they should try and at least catapult themselves forward a little bit more.
Have they given up on this top lane then? It feels like. Well, maybe just Quake's level 5, so they're kind of content that he can survive on his own with Tiger. Shackles do come out onto Quake for there. He's fighting it up into GH, but a Shockwave going to come in and finish the job as they get a kill up the top. Alliance getting kill number 2 here at top.
I think this is what you do there. You just send Croaky to the top lane. I think GH just go and try and do something else. Like Croaky can just try and dodge these chakrams as much as he can. Just push the lane out. GH is coming back. Never mind.
Miracle can farm the jungle absolutely efficiently here, so it's not a big issue. And then they come chasing forwards, using the glyph to try and dive a little bit here. But in comes the Shackles, and with Ursa coming in as well, the Tiger's going to be in some real big trouble. Although they're struggling to find the lockdown right now. Scorched Earth is about to come off cooldown, and that's going to make things a lot easier for Matuma to chase him down here. He's got the phase boost, he's got the drums, he's just going to run him down. This one, quick, bear.
Yeah, even this bot lane as well is going super well for the Underlord. He's about 1,000 net worth ahead of the Spectre. He's got this Helm of Dom, so he's really going to be able to pressure them. You really want to build this Helm of the Dom when you have a good start like this on Underlord, and you can just shove lanes in constantly. Like you can use the creep to scout as well. They're going to want to group up early, so any kind of aura creep he can get is always helpful.
A lot of heroes coming into Boxy here, but he does manage to go the one way the heroes aren't coming from, so that's going to get him a get out of jail free card pretty much here. He's got an Arcane Rune. I'm wondering if he wants to throw in the Rolling Thunder here in the middle lane and maybe get themselves a kill onto Matuma, but that does seem like a big stretch. This Ursa is not exactly an easy target to bring down.
Bot lane as well. Dara gets low, but
so low on HP. Meanwhile, Ghost going to get stunned here as Boxy's coming in. He's also got the Rolling Thunder, but he is going to just get caught on a cliff and immediately have to back himself away. Changing back around, maybe wants to get a hit onto the Ursa, but can't really find anything. So that's going to be a wasted Rolling Thunder for the first one, but I think he did just get it off at the tail end of his Arcane Rune there.
Boxy, he has no mana.
He's just going to get run down in the middle lane.
Okay. Well,
Matu on top of it, checking the mana pools and getting the kills.
But that's a really heads-up play by Matuma there, that he does click him to check his mana. Like, he knows that he's just used Swashbuckle as well anyway, so you just run him down.
Yep, absolutely.
And I know a lot of casters have been saying, like, this drums phase boost build is, oh, well, why don't you just build a blink? Like, the drums gives you good stats, and there are games like this where they don't have good lockdown, and you can just run at them. It's really powerful.
Jesus, flaming all the casters.
Not flaming other casters. Everyone
You are confirmed toxic.
Yeah, sorry. Everyone's bad. 3.
Well, Quakefish should be able to get this tower. There isn't actually anybody in to even try for the deny here, so Quakefish having a pretty good time up in this top lane, but still nowhere near the net worth of
Kuro.
Of course, it's Insania coming in, but yeah, Kuro, he's going to get this bounty rune. I was going to say he's going to die for it, but actually, Boxy just wants to go get the other bounty. But it is going to be another 3 bounties going the way of Liquid as the Alchemist just gets larger and larger, feeding into Miracle here, the gluttonous blob of the Alchemist here in the middle lane, just pouring gold and output wins.
So, Ursa's rotated to the bot lane.
Yes.
What does this Spectre do now? Like, he's TP top as well. I imagine Timber probably has to TP bot here to try and deal with this, but it's not easy.
Into the mid lane. They want to try and get this kill onto the Alchemist. They've got the Rolling Thunder off him into the mid lane. Madara coming in with the Hornet as well, and they will be able to find the kill onto Miracle. And actually, Matuma's come into this one, but with the Tim Chain coming through, well, he's going to Papillon Rage, and that's going to mean the Alliance is going to stay back for the time being. Quakefish still interested in this one, but Matuma way too fast to catch here.
Someone needs to build a vessel on this Liquid side so they can actually just deal with the Timber. At the moment, they're basically just dodging him the whole time and saying, we'll deal with you at some point. Now is not that point, but...
First snakes of the game coming in at bottom as well.
If maybe Mind Control could build the vessel this game, the Underlord. We'll have to see.
Wait for running around here. GH is ready for the catch, but the Ursa not really chasing this one. He wants to come in and defend this middle lane from Madara and Insania. He's actually going to chase... No, he's not. He's going to get the catapult.
Radiant's bottom tower
Double catapult and Shaman was in the bot lane as well. Takes the tower. This is very easy. The disarm.
Underlord's just looking at them here, but so much damage coming out from these two. The magic damage from Quakefish is more than enough to bring down the Underlord. That's what I hear it called. But they do get the tower in the bottom lane, so I don't really think they're that bothered about losing that guy.
Can we just look at Warlock's skill build, by the way? You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, you called it. 1-1-3.
It's going to be 1-1-4, I'm telling you. Actually, he might go to max Fatal Bonds again now. I think the difference between 3 points and 4 points in the upheaval isn't massive, so... I think 3 points
Are you ever going to reach the max slow channel?
Like, if you look at the the 1 to 2
Oh,
points.
wait,
Like
sorry,
12.5 seconds to 6.5 is a big jump, but 4.5 to 3.5 is not really a.
I don't think I've ever
big
read
deal.
the description of the spell, to be honest. I'm like,
It's because nobody levels it. That's why.
yeah, true.
It's a really good skill though. This game.
The max slow is 84%. It works up to it, so it's going to take 3.5 seconds to get to 84% slow. Gotcha. Okay,
Yes.
so it basically just ramps up faster.
And it's like a linear scale as well. So.
Right, so if we have a
After the first
graph
second
over down
before.
by boxing, yeah, we got a graph here. This is, oh, never mind, we've got some action going on. Safe holding still Qualifier here. Oh, the Qualifier turns around and gets a quick kill onto GH, and now with boxing rolling through, he's going to be able to keep them away from Qualifier for the time being, and Kimsel will run himself away from this Will-O-Wisp, which does nothing to the Pangolier
Oh,
inside
the
of his Rolling
Will-O-Wisp
Thunder, though
bounce.
it does catch him on the last hit, but he's silenced up. Oh, misses the swashbuckle. Boxy chooses safety over the kill. Not my teammate. He's still being chased down by Matumbaman here.
He has no points in Shield Crush, so he is very reliant on this swashbuckle for positioning here.
He also
He
doesn't have a
could've just jumped
TP,
up-
so he needs to get himself out the old-fashioned way. And he's just going to get one more hit. No, they're not going to make it. Attunement. Oh, he's got a blink. Okay. So, why is he on the high
That's
ground
like-
there? He just goes onto
He
the
did
high
go
ground to
blink.
see where he goes. Yeah, he did.
I mean, I was considering he might go for the BKB or something just because of the upheaval build from the Warlock, but yeah, the blink's fine as well. Allows him to jump people at the start of the fight. I still like the jumps first. Oh, good Hex!
Ooh, down to the bottom right.
Qualifier got a Timber Chain off that was about to latch, but GH has this Aether Lens already on the Shaman.
Oh,
So this Hex just got onto him to stop the Timber Chain from...
yeah, that's a big kill as well, because they're kind of relying on Qualifier to roll forward here. But
scanning.
my problem here is that Liquid are playing as 4 right now. We have not seen this Alchemist get involved in any fights. He's just farming away. He's got his Radiance. And they're still doing very, very well on the side of Liquid. I suppose we've got a Spectre as well, who's also not really been involved a whole lot. She came in for the one Horn kill in the middle lane and then has kind of farmed up as well. But I just feel like the 4-man of Liquid seems even too much for the 5-man of Alliance to deal with.
It's this whole thing of like they can't make plays on the map though. Like their laning stage has gone really badly, and their Spectre doesn't really want to make plays. Warlock and Doom don't really do anything. Like they've got these big ults that they can play around, but if you commit these big ults, Liquid are just going to run at you straight after. So it's only really the Pango that can do anything on the map at the moment. Like, the Spectre just needs to farm.
Lions
smoking up.
up. They're looking for something. They've got this Doom to work with here as they go up onto the high ground, but they're also smoked on the side of Liquid, and they're actually going to run right around each other here. And they actually find one of the back lines. Pangolier just trying to catch up with the team, but he's going to get pulled down on the back. They try to throw down the Golem, but now the Doom coming out onto the Ursa, but a response with a Will-O-Wisp as Quake comes whipping forwards into Kuroki, and Kuroki's going low. Can they finish him off? Yes, they can. Meanwhile, Ursa just has to run himself away. The Golem, they want to drop it. Can they bring it down, though? And Sada keeps getting stunned up, finally gets that Golem down, and Shadow Shaman is annihilated on the high ground. They're just going to leave him to tick out to everything else. Miracle running around the sidelines of this fight, and now Alliance can get to work on him as well. Madara coming in, everybody coming in to get a piece of Miracle, and he gets his toast buttered by the side of Alliance here. And now they can look towards the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
Really good team fight by Alliance. They get these 3 pickoffs. They need to use those big ults, and they finally got them, you know, this big engagement that they were looking for. But Underlord wasn't there, which I'm surprised about. I think did he TP away at the start?
Not entirely sure.
But anyway, like Alliance need to be super careful again now, though. I said this in the first game. They've used their big ults. They just need to, you know, calm down, wait for their big spells to come up again before they do anything. Because Liquid they are going to look to play aggressive here. They might even just look to, yeah, they've pinged out the Roche. I was going to say, or somebody did. I didn't see which team, but without these big ults being available, they should just look to try and take the Roche on Liquid now.
And I mean, how do you lose the team fight with a 10k gold advantage at 60 minutes into the game? Well,
because
I can
they
actually
have
answer that
Horde.
question.
They have Horde, Golem, Doom, and Rolling Thunder. That's
Yeah,
that's why.
and also so much of your gold is on the Alchemist as well, who he's just one of these heroes who doesn't carry gold very effectively. You know, yes, he farms it more effectively, which kind of makes up for that, but
Yeah, but look at Tiger's item build on this Doom as well. He's rushing this vessel straight away to deal with the out. So, we talked about Liquid needing one to deal with the Timber. Obviously, Alliance need one as well for the Alk. So, Tiger going to rush that down. And when he gets it, this Alk suddenly, until he gets Manta, doesn't look so scary. Like, you just get one of these vessel charges off onto him, and you can bring him down with this Timber Saw on your team as well.
17 minutes into the game, still a 10k gold advantage remains for Team Liquid. A couple of good team fights, well, one good team fight from Alliance does not push them far enough ahead to start to make any kind of headway on this net worth, and the graphs will show pretty much exactly that. What do they need to do on Alliance then? Are they content with kind of leaving this gold advantage as is? Do they know that their Spectre is going to be big enough to kind of combat this gold, or?
Hang on. Oh, okay, he's just pushing the creep wave. Sorry, say that again. I was just watching something.
Saying, are Alliance going to be content with this 10k gold advantage which Liquid have right now? Do they feel the need to come in and make some aggressive plays on Liquid?
I think Liquid, they shouldn't be afraid here. Like we talked about, these big ults are down. I'm surprised they haven't tried to make something happen because they're all about to come off cooldown again. I think Alliance, obviously you're never going to be content if they have a 10k gold lead at 17 minutes, but it feels like Liquid they are not making plays at the moment, and there's a Doom on the Underlord.
He's gone. That mind control is taken care of very quickly. I'm amazed at how much damage this Timbersaw is just doing to the poor guy.
He almost got the Dark Rift off. He was halfway through the animation, but that Doom coming out completely puts the end to that. And you see, look where Kuroki's warding though on this Keeper of the Light. Like he really wants this deep vision down for the Ursa to be able to just try and play and get these aggressive pickoffs with his blink.
Yeah.
But I still feel like they should be trying to play around this Rosh more.
They have the Ursa. You usually expect that kind of thing, but yeah, I guess are overrated.
It still feels like they're just trying to dodge this Timber though all the time. Like they're happy to just let out farm up and hit a point where they can just group up as 5.
Liquid being so aggressive. I mean, look at this. GH he's pretty far away from help. Kuroki's the only one nearby, and he's so far down this lane. I think they're actually looking for Insania here.
They might get a blinding light off onto him.
Yeah, the Superman is in quickly. Hex as well. Warlock taken care of. No help coming. And that is a very deep kill for Liquid. And they can even get some damage on tier. Wow, they're popping the snakes for the tier 3. They're definitely looking to get some damage in now.
I mean, Upheaval's not going to save you there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's what's scary there. I like this though by Liquid. At least they're making... Oh,
dude jumping in, going in deep with the Will-O-Wisp to back it up as well. Boxy just keeping to the sidelines here. Now comes in that Rolling Thunder with the Haunt as well. They're trying to TP out from Mind Control here, and they will be able to get everybody to safety. It was all a bait to get the Haunt out. They didn't get the Golem, but they did get the buyback out of the Warlock.
That's such a good play as well, having this like just get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
You force Alliance to pop all their spells. Like they still have Golem up, but they use the Rolling Thunder, they use the Haunt, and they don't get anything for it. And you even got damage onto the tier 3.
I think that was the LOL JK play. It's like, we're going to fight you. Just kidding. We're out of here. See ya.
Just a prank. We didn't mean it.
Well, Spectre very close to her Manta now. Probably going for the Diffusal afterwards, I would think. It's the usual Spectre thing.
Yeah, I think you really want that Diffuser Manta up against the Keeper of the Light, I think. And obviously having the Manta available to purge off the Earth Shock from the Earth is always nice.
Timber in some trouble here as he gets jumped on in the top lane, and with the Yules up onto him as well, he's probably just going to end up getting rooted again and going down. But the Doom comes out onto the Ursa along with the Spirit Vessel as well. He's taking a ton of damage from this, but where's the follow-up? Madara's trying to chase, he throws in a dagger and the Shockwave as well. Well, Mech going to do a bit for the time being. Mind Control coming in with the blocks, but Madara does find it. He tries to get himself denied, but Matuman goes down. That's a 7 times wicked kill streak going to Tiger. 900 gold, but maybe they're looking to fight this one, although I've just stunned himself up on the backlines. Not able to find this one. Pangolier thinking about it. Boxy, he's going to come rolling into this one. Tiger could be in some trouble. No, actually, this is just a defensive Rolling Thunder from Boxy as everybody's trying to get themselves away. I'm wondering if this is really the play. They're actually coming in. In drops the Golem. Miracle taking some damage here. Boxy running himself forwards, but he's taking so much damage. Miracle, Spirit Vessel up. Boxy, can he find him? Yes, he can. Gets the kill. Hexed up on Tiger, just trying to play around the edge of this team fight right now. And that's about it for this team fight, I think. No, never mind. Boxy's coming back in. He gets the disarm and the slow onto Mind Control here. They get another one as well. Mind Control not able to get his way out of this team fight. Goodness me. Alliance.
GH did a really good job at the start of that fight. Oh, bot lane. Timber.
Trouble again, but that Yules is going to help him get a ride out of here.
Yeah, I was going to say that GH did a really good job at that start of that fight. In the backline, he managed to just completely control the Warlock up to stop him from dropping that Golem really early. That's why it came up so late into the team fight. It did work eventually, but, you know, honestly, Alliance have just flatlined the net worth graph, though, it feels like, for the last 5 minutes or so.
Yes, still on 10K. Really they've kind of, slowed this pace of Liquid down. That's true, but I mean, money's still not in their favor. I know they've got a Alchemist, but still, 10k is, even at 22 minutes, you know, they had 10k advantage at, I think, like 15 minutes, but...
Yeah, a Miracle with the Manta now as well obviously can dispel the Vessel from Tiger, which has been causing them so much problems.
Okay, now we're looking at Roshan, although a dagger's just going to be thrown into the pit and give everything away. Is this enough to scare out the Tomberman? Of course it's not. The man's a beast. Double daggers being thrown into the pit. Boxy coming in to get involved as well with the Rolling Thunder as well. They're keeping him stun locked inside this pit. Ursa can't do a thing. Seaweed's going to die. Oh, he actually gets bashed by Roshan. I'm not too sure what happened there, but the Tomberman will be able to get the rage off, and they're going to try to TP themselves out of this one. Not before they'll take down Boxy. Oh, no, never mind. No, they won't. However, Kuroki trying to play around here. Boxy in some... Blinding Light killed? No. What? GH killed him.
Wards.
Oh, the Wards attack from the low ground. Okay, I didn't see those guys over there. Meanwhile,
top
up
lane
at
as
top,
well, Miracle.
they're looking at him, aren't they? But I don't think they can find the gap closed.
They still have... Well, okay, they don't have Haunt, but they have Golem up in 40 seconds, and Doom's still up for Alliance, so... Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get into the Roche pit again here. It doesn't look like to contest the Ursa this time, but... Good stalling.
Do you know what? The Pangolier got bashed by Roshan, right? That's what stopped him.
I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Oh, Ursa.
Insania way too close to that, and this could be the Doom in trouble as well. I mean, he's absolutely annihilated. Ursa tears him apart as Tomberman is just going wild right now.
I mean, this is what I thought Liquid would do earlier, though. Just play around this like early Aegis timing, because it feels like at this point in the game they should be looking towards getting the second Aegis. Not only does the first Aegis help you, but working towards an earlier Aegis cheese would have helped them a lot. So, I guess now having this Manta blink on the Alchemist, and you're so having an Aegis as well, they've just hit this massive power spike.
Yeah.
They finally group up as 5. This is what we've been waiting for the last 5-10 minutes.
Miracle has turned up to a fight, and they will take the tower and get themselves away. They do not want to fight into this Golem right now, and the Rolling Thunder is up, and the Doom as well. So a lot for Liquid to be careful of, but playing around it perfectly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're gonna just go back, split up and farm. They can take the shrines now as well if they want on Liquid. So no rush. You can wait for the Octarine on the Alchemist if you want. You've still got this Aegis for another 3.5 minutes or so.
10k gold advantage at around the kind of 22 minutes, now up to 17. Quite a leap forwards for Liquid here.
And he has the cast range talent as well on the Shaman now, so that initiation only going to be more scary.
Big, long grabs.
We've been seeing some Shamans, I know Roger, especially for VP, likes going for this BKB second item, or like third item. And yeah, he is building it on the Shaman.
Yeah,
I was going to say, he just got it off the courier. So. I mean, having this like option in the fight of just BKB shackling somebody and just completely taking them out of the fight, if you can use that on something like the Timbersaw or the Pango, they can't really stop it unless they commit Doom or like Golem for you. So it's very valuable.
Double damage in the bottle of the Ursa as well. Liquid might want to do something about this.
Oh, that's Mind Control's bottle as well that he's been holding on to for all this time. So
very nice, very nice.
I do like seeing these late game bottles. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, this is like the #1 thing you mentioned in casts is how much you like late game bottles.
Especially on heroes like TB and Death Prophet as well.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Morphling, I think, is the best.
Morphling as well. Yeah.
Top damage on Morph is some scary, scary stuff. Alrighty, Alliance. Looking to push down this top lane, get some pressure on, and maybe redirect the focus off Liquid a little bit.
Liquid are looking to head up towards this top lane here, though. They really want to punish this Timber. They have good vision around as well.
And they go, and then they get the Hex off onto Qualifier as well. Stun to follow up from Miracle. They somehow managed to get the Lotus Orb off in that time as well. So we'll reflect it as GH tries to go in for the Shackle, but of course that's going to get interrupted as well. Qualifier fighting up, and now comes in the Haunt. Will-O-Wisp on top of it as well. And down goes the Golem as well. Is it going to be enough damage, though? Boxy trying to get himself away. Tomberman running forward with the double damage as well. Just going to pile the damage into Tiger, but in comes a Rolling Thunder from Boxy. Meanwhile, Qualifier held back, but not for long. GH is going to be the first casualty of this fight, and Mind Control calls the stops. He's saying, let's get ourselves out of there. They're trying to force him out, but no one... Oh, so close to bringing down that Underlord, but it's not quite enough. They're looking to fight this one still. He does want to turn, and in they go. Madara going to get the TP out. There's a huge kill on the Spectre. Can they keep her alive? Is there any way, any chance? Manta being used with the disarm onto the Ursa as well. Going to buy them a little bit of time. Sun comes out. Lotus Orb back. Alchemist now into trouble as well. In comes a root from the Underlord, though, holding still Tiger. He can't get towards Miracle in time. Tiger's going to go down, as is Boxy. Liquid looking for more as they run up onto the high ground here. Ooh, Quakebear runs himself away. The angry bear is looking for more.
It just feels like Alliance are lacking like a tiny bit of damage in these fights. Like Warlocks gets these really good golems off with Fatal Bonds and Upheaval, but they're just not doing damage. They can't kill people off, especially before this Dark Rift comes out. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
They did get GH, but with how much you committed, they even got the Doom off onto the Alk, but it just didn't matter because he was already in the Chemical Rage.
The combo was very much there from Alliance, but yeah, as you say, just not enough damage. The Horn is pretty ineffectual, even with this Manta and this Diffusal. And that's partly to thank the Underlord with the Greaves, to be honest.
He didn't have the Diffusal in that fight though, on the Spectre, so he's just picked it up. Yeah. I think if he'd have had the Diffusal, it might have made that difference that we were talking about. But
yeah, I think so.
And with all their ults being down now again on Alliance, they have to be careful for the next minute or so. Fortunately for them, the Aegis is about to run out in 10 seconds or so.
Radiant's top shrine
And he's even going for a Nullifier on the Ursa. This is scary.
Yeah, to say the least. There's so much which Liquid have to throw at Alliance right now, but you know, maybe the next fight can go towards Alliance. I mean, do you think it's possible with the Chaotic Offering, the Fatal Bonds, and now this Diffusal, the extra damage coming out of those illusions from the Spectre?
2 goes into 6.
They can take fights. Like we've seen, like in these defense, they do a decent amount, but it feels like they can't get over the finishing line.
Yeah.
Like, especially this Tim's even building a BKB. Actually, that's depressing. When you feel like you have to build a BKB on Timber.
They're waiting. I'm surprised they actually didn't jump onto Madara there. I was fully much expecting that as they were positioned up on this high ground. They see Madara, but they don't want to go for that kill. Aspersion, pretty scary to fight into.
Are scanning.
Vision out. They see Tiger. I don't think they're too scared of Tiger.
Oh, they smoke up on
We
Liquid
should be
though.
scared of them though. Yeah, they want this Doom. They want to get this Doom. Does he have buyback available?
Boxy could get the courier maybe.
He does not have buyback.
He
500
misses
gold.
it.
Although he's dragging them a long way away from base here. Miracle with the chase down Tiger into the tree lines here, and with a nice Centaur stop as well. Although the 4-star forwards, nope, still going to stun himself, but Batum Man's right on top of Tiger here. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Doom not be coming off cooldown anytime soon with that Radiance burning him away. Stun is out, Tiger dead, but a fair amount of space created.
I love how I say
worth it
good
still.
bash as if he did that on purpose on Ursa as well.
Yeah, he's not a slardar.
But it's space though, like you say. A little bit of room for the Spectre, at least. Pango's...
and sweet.
Yeah, he's just rolling Thunder TPing.
Okay.
Someone tried to get a bash
He's got
there
a bounty
last
rune
hit.
for it, so, you know, finally committing enough to these bounty runes to stop the Alchemist getting them. But would like to see that a bit earlier on. A quick little Lotus Orb, and now a quick little counter Hex as well. Well, Quakebear could be in some trouble here, and there's the Shackles from the high ground. GH, such range on that spell. Quakebear's going to get dropped here in the middle lane. Does have buyback available if they need to defend from this fight, which I imagine they will. I don't think Liquid are looking to hold on to this game much longer. They want things to be over.
I mean, they could wait for the second Aegis if they want to, but it feels like they're very much in the driving seat here. I think, it is scary going high ground against this Warlock Doom Pango combination, but so maybe you, especially against the Doom, you do want that Aegis. I think you just starve them out like we saw from Alliance do in Game 2 against Liquid. No need to force something really silly here. It feels like they could just play around the Serpent Wards to push if they want to as well.
Yeah, I mean, my concern is they are against the Spectre. Things will get difficult at some stage, but I'm sure Liquid know this, and they're looking to play according to that. It's the one thing they probably always got their eye on, is just making sure Spectre never gets too far ahead. As Miracle just jumping straight onto the high ground, followed up by Snakes as well, but they do get the Doom out onto the Underlord, so no escape if they want to back out of this fight. BKB's being popped from Liquid here, but in comes that Haunt. They're going onto the backlines here with the Rolling Thunder, jumping around as well. They're actually targeting down the Underlord. They will be able to get this kill as the Doom will finally tick him off. Now look towards Kuroki as well as they're chasing forwards, but there's a Will-O-Wisp holding Alliance still for the time being. The Golem comes down, but doesn't seem to achieve a whole lot as they look forwards towards GH. Quakebear just trying to go on the backlines here with Tiger as well as the Spirit Vessel comes out. The Doom Man trying to find Boxy here. There comes a Hex. GH has got that BKB coming off, and he's going to get a full duration shackle. Batum Man deals with Boxy.
Yeah, and here we go. This is Liquid wanting to throw everything. They get the buybacks going.
Zara caught on the back.
They understand that Alliance have just thrown everything.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this upheaval.
The upheaval. Always with the upheavals with you. That's Matuma, man. Forced out of base for the time being. He is dropping a lot of health, just the Infernal Blade and the Spirit Vessel combination, trying to come back into this one, and now with the shackles from the low grounds as well, onto the Spectre. Spectre, she just pulled back into this game. She's dead again, and this is looking impossible for Alliance. They try to come into the back lines and get something done as Tiger buys back into this game. They're not willing to say goodbye yet, but Boxy is dead again. Die back from him. Liquid onto the high ground.
Seconds. Do they want to get the Timber here?
Yeah, they'll get him. I think this game is looking a little bit over as they try to jump in and get something done, but the Timber's probably going to be dropped here, getting a bit of damage off before he goes down, but Qualifier is dead, Insania is dead, everybody's dead. It's only the Warlock and Upheaval can't save you from this. GG is called. Liquid take game number 3 and secure their spot in the winner's bracket.
I'm surprised Liquid didn't wait for the second Aegis just to play it safe. I like that they just committed their buybacks after Alliance used everything in that last team fight. There's no reason to hold on to anything. Without their big ults on Alliance, they really struggle to do anything this game. So just go for the all, the all in play at the end. Why not?
It's twice now the Warlock hasn't really worked out for Alliance though, and it's just felt like Insania has been so underwhelming. These not him personally, but the Warlock. I mean, he had a great game too, but
I don't think it's just the Warlock's fault though. Like in this game 1 and 3 that they both lost, they picked these really long cooldowns, and like we saw, Qualifier was trying to make plays on the map, Boxy was trying to make plays on the map, but they're on this timer where they can only fight every so often, which is the one reason in game 2 why they did so well. Like they were aggressive all the time. It felt like, obviously the 10th pick Alk in game 2 for them worked really well, but I really like how Liquid adjusted to this third game, and they realized that they can't just like do this really slow tempo game that we saw from them. Don't let Alliance just run at you. Just match their aggression. They played their laning stage really well too.
They did. Yeah, that's when the Doom kind of came back to bite Alliance, because they had this tri lane which they were running with Tiger, Insania, and Quakever, and they were really struggling to make things happen. They were actually dying quite a lot in that top lane because the Doom just felt super underwhelming. It doesn't offer enough to the tri lane, I don't think. Or maybe it was the Warlock. I'm not too sure. It's definitely one which we know Alliance will be going back to look at and find out what went wrong in this laning phase. But Team Liquid do manage to secure a victory. Despite dropping one game, they will take the victory over Alliance in a 2-1, which is going to move them up to the winner's bracket, which is going to be over on this channel, and the lower bracket, which is going to be over on another channel. I'm not quite sure which one, but I'm sure you can find the details pretty easily. With, of course, the awesome new squad mode feature, which we're using on Twitch today. So that's pretty neat. Click that button if you haven't already. 10 out of 10. Yeah, very cool.
Absolute 10 out of 10.
Very cool. All right, my name's been Nomad. He's been Mo-Farah. I hope you enjoyed these casts, as we're going to be bringing you plenty more action throughout the day in the qualifiers for the MDL Disneyland Major. Do stick around. We'll see you later for Team Liquid versus the victors of the other match in this group. See you in a bit.